A baby crying at your smile is not a bad sign. It is one of the best signs a developing brain can give you. And once you understand what is actually happening inside that nervous system in that exact moment, you will want every baby around you to cry at your smile. Because what looks like distress, what looks like rejection, what looks like something going wrong, is actually the visible proof that this baby's brain is doing something that no adult brain can do anymore. Something that was lost the moment the nervous system finished developing, and the fact that it looks like crying is only because we never learned to read it correctly, and after this video, you will. When a baby cries at a smile, it is not rejecting the smile, and it is not afraid of the face, and it is not in pain. It is overwhelmed by the intensity of the signal, because a full adult smile with direct eye contact and forward-leaning posture is one of the most socially intense stimuli a human brain can receive. And a baby's nervous system in the first months of life is still building the architecture to process that kind of input. So think of it like a speaker receiving too much voltage where the system does not break, but trips a circuit. And that circuit in a baby looks exactly like crying. And what that really means is that the baby's brain is working perfectly, processing everything it receives, feeling everything fully, and sometimes feeling everything fully means the volume is simply too high. In the first 3 months of life, the baby's brain is forming somewhere between 700 and 1,000 new neural connections every single second, and every face and every voice and every expression is being cataloged and analyzed and stored at a speed that no adult brain can match. So when someone smiles at a baby, the baby is not just seeing a smile, it is reading the muscle tension around the eyes and the angle of the lips and the speed of the expression change and the distance of the face and the sound of any accompanying voice, and cross-referencing all of that simultaneously against everything it has already stored. And that is not a simple process. That is the most complex social computation a human brain ever performs per unit of experience, and it is happening in a nervous system that weeks ago did not exist outside the womb. So crying is not failure. Crying is the exhaust valve of a system running at full capacity. Here is what makes this even more interesting. The same baby that cries at a stranger's smile will almost never cry at the primary caregiver's smile. And the reason is not familiarity in the simple sense, but something much more specific. Because the caregiver's face has been the baby's primary regulatory tool since before birth. The voice was heard through fluid and tissue. The heartbeat was the original rhythm the baby's nervous system synchronized to. And by the time the baby is outside the womb, that face carries a completely different neurological weight than any other face in the world. It is not just recognized, it is used. The baby's brain actively uses that face to regulate its own internal state, to calm the nervous system, to bring the sensory input back to a manageable level. And that is why a stranger's smile can overflow the system, while the exact same smile from the caregiver does the opposite. This response does not last forever, and the window in which a baby cries at smiles is actually one of the most telling indicators of healthy neurological development, because what happens between month 2 and month 4 is that the brain starts building the ability to receive a high-intensity emotional signal and stay regulated while processing it. And the babies who develop this fastest are almost always the ones who had the most consistent face-to-face interaction in those early weeks. Not stimulation in the loud, overpowering sense, but calm, present, attentive contact. Someone looking at them softly and waiting. Someone matching their rhythm instead of overwhelming it. And what that consistent contact does is it literally teaches the nervous system that intense signals are survivable, that the volume can go high and come back down, and that is a lesson the brain carries for the rest of its life. So the next time a baby cries at a smile, what is actually happening is not rejection and not fear and not malfunction. What is happening is a brain so alive and so sensitive and so completely present that it is feeling the full weight of human connection before it has the tools to carry it comfortably. And that sensitivity, that same overwhelming responsiveness that produces the tears, is the exact same sensitivity that will one day make that person capable of deep empathy, of reading a room, of feeling what others feel before they say a word. The babies who cry the hardest at a stranger's smile are not broken, They are not anxious, they are not difficult, they are exquisitely calibrated, and the world handed them a volume dial that goes all the way up. And one day, when they learn to turn it down, they will feel everything more fully than most people ever will. If you found this fascinating, subscribe. Every week we uncover the hidden science behind your baby's world. You won't want to miss what's coming next.